So guys, we just heard the announcement of Norman about the finals. The final of the last major tour stop this year.
Biggest one so far.
Yeah, just organized in 1 week. With
Replacement wise, yes.
241 players, and this is the final. It is Massi Santoro against.
Massimiliano.
Oh, I call him Massimoto. We just call him Massi. And against Florian Ginevra. And this time, because we already published Massi's deck, we said it's just fair that both players know each other's deck. So both of these guys have full information about each other's deck. So
Very nice.
no disadvantage or advantage. Both have same information. And yeah, let's see what they're doing. So. How would so say it all came down to this? You were looking for the other deck, right?
Yep. I have Florian's deck list right here.
The other one is just here. We just have it as a DN screenshot
okay,
because it was
okay.
Italian.
Okay.
So you can have a quick look.
Okay. Oh, he's playing the Seraphs.
Yeah, he's playing the Wombo combo deck.
Oh, no magicians, just Seraphs, and the other guy. Yeah, the other deck is magicians with Apex Avians. No Performages, right? Yeah. So no Performages. He does play Luster still, but yeah, no damage juggler, no plush fire. So if you can get like Apex Avians and Magispectre Unicorn on the board, that's pretty annoying for Massimilian. But otherwise, I think Massimilian's deck is just way more explosive than Florian's, because Florian just has the normal odd eyes magician stuff. And Massimilian has pretty insane combos. He plays like the whole package. He plays Performages, Draco Slayer, Brilliant Fusion.
Okay.
Everything. And of course the Star Seraphs. By the way, Florian is French and Massimiliano is Italian.
Yeah. So the Italian community was pretty big in the chat because most of them, they stayed at home because they're afraid of the terrorist attacks. Yeah, so
nothing happened, guys. Nothing happened.
Yeah, it happens that there's one of 12 Italians. Massi is in the final.
Yep. We see a pretty decent start for Florian. It's always nice if you have Skull Crowbat and Pendulum Call, because you can immediately discard your tuner, which in the Odd Eyes version you can always bring him back for free if you control an Odd Eyes, so it's a pretty nice discard. And we do see one Apex Avian Pendulum summoned. Like one Apex Avian is not like super hard to deal with, because he's just gonna negate like the first Draco Slayer or something, and Massimiliano still has the advantage of going second with 6 cards, so if the Apex negates one, he's still at 5 cards to play with. But yeah, Apex definitely very annoying to deal with, especially if your opponent knows your deck and what it can do. You see the upstart, I don't think he's gonna negate that. It's pretty fine. So even if Massimiliano's deck is very explosive, the Seraphs sometimes need more than one turn to set up, because you cannot always immediately have the whole combo. You usually have to summon Scepter, search the chair, and then next turn when the Scepter is in the graveyard, you can bring it back with Norden or something else like Soul Charge, and then you can go off. But I don't think he will have the time to set up everything properly here, because there's already a lot of damage on Florian's side of the field. Also, both scales already there.
Hard times for Massi, right?
Kind of.
Kinda?
How many Wavering Eyes does Massimilian play? 3?
No, he's just playing 2 in the main
Two?
deck
Two
and
in the
one
main-
in the side deck.
Okay.
So, and his opponent, he knows it, like I told you.
Yeah, Florian plays 3. That's like the only decision you can make in this format. Like you can play 2 and 1 in the side. It's an okay decision to make. I played 3 myself, but like 2 is also fine. You can play less than 2 though.
I just heard that some of the players agree to side it out.
Yeah, some players side it out just like they sided out like Return and Sixth Sense or like Jin, just to make the game a little more fair. I think it's weird because if I'm playing Performages and my opponent is not, like my opponent plays no damage juggler, I think I would not agree to side it out, because like he is way more scared of the Wavering Ice than I am, because I have 3 cards to negate it. So in Massimilian's case, for example, here I would not agree to side it out. But if you have like a Performage mirror match, I think it's okay to side it out because like it's so luck based. Whether you draw wavering eyes, whether your opponent has to juggle to negate it and stuff. Like in those matchups, you basically just compare opening hands, and you know who wins.
Did you side it out?
I wasn't asked.
You, did you ask some of your opponents?
No, I didn't ask.
No. So foolish.
Like the reason for me was because I played Performage and Magicians. I had like a lot of outs to wavering eyes. Like I had 3 pendulum calls, which made my Magicians immune. I had 3 damage juggler, and I had 3 wavering eyes myself. And I also played Alchemic Magician in the extra deck to set wavering eyes from the deck. So I felt like I was pretty much getting a disadvantage if we both sided out.
Okay.
But if I was just playing normal Performages without Magicians, I think I would have just asked to side it out. Just like Emptiness, the last format with Necros, you always just ask because it's just stupid. How much defense is Apex? Also pretty big, right?
How much is it?
2000, something like that.
Wie viel hat Apex Avian?
Yeah, 2000 defense, so not really an advantage that he can switch it right here.
Mirror Conductor.
Well, it might be good because like Apex Avian can only negate stuff that activates. So if he can just Pendulum summon and then summon King of the Feral Imps, now he can attack over it and then use the effect in main phase 2. Because normally Performage doesn't really have anything in the extra deck that can run over Apex Avian, but with Conductor it can.
Ich can still negate the conductor.
I think he didn't. No, I think it resolved already.
Frogan asked, why did he send the tuner?
Where?
Why did he send the tuner? Does he have Noodle Box?
Noodle Box?
Yeah.
Oh, Instant Fusion? Yeah,
Yeah.
probably. I mean, it might be the reason. I'm not really sure why he started his turn with Foolish though. Like, I don't think it was realistic that Florian would negate Foolish. So, I'm not sure if I would have activated the Foolish right away, because it gives information to your opponent, because he now knows, like, if you keep Foolish, it's one more card that your opponent doesn't know, which makes it harder for him to negate anything with Apex, because he has to think about what else is in your hand. So
There's
that's
Noodle Box.
I think that's something he has to negate. Like, yeah, he has to negate that, pretty sure.
An Avian can just negate it.
Yeah, he bounces back to hand and negates anything that activates. Like, what's his back row? His only possible back row is Wavering Eyes, so there's no way.
Oh, Florian.
Yeah.
You got the deck list here.
Yeah, I have it. I said it. Yeah, it's only Wavering Eyes. So
Or some bluff.
yeah, but the thing is, like, if you let the instant fusion resolve, he's just gonna summon Feral Imp and attack, and there's no possible out for him, so he has to negate the instant fusion. And my guess is it's just gonna happen is like put a second scale now, Wavering Eyes, and then it's probably gonna be over, unless he has Juggler as well, which he does. I see his Juggler in his hand, but
Which hand?
Massi has one. He's the only guy who plays Juggler. The other guy doesn't.
Okay.
But like,
He said go.
yeah, he said go. So the Apex is gonna return, and that's how Apex Magicians win. Like,
And I think one guy asked, because in case of Maxi, like I told you, they know each other's list, and there's no Maxi, right?
yeah, no exist.
There's no Maxi, so there's...
It's weird that you summed the Triclon first.
And I also find it weird that he Foolish. Like, just imagine if he didn't Foolish, he could have now sent Damage Juggler and searched for a Head Tricker, and then he could have had another play possibly. I'm not sure if I agree with starting the turn with Foolish. Because, like, I guess he was hoping that he would negate with Apex, but why would you negate Foolish? There's like no reason. Yeah, so he's gonna destroy that, shuffle back to Trick Clown, and even if it's not game right here, which I'm not sure it is, I don't think it is, it might be game.
Oh, you know Lucas Randegger, right? Luke Randy?
Yeah, I know him.
He said he should have negated Norden, not instant. What do you think about that?
Yeah, no, that's true. Because most people play double instant fusion and one Norden, so if you negate the Norden, there's no way he can use the second one.
The reason is if you negate the instant fusion.
Can he activate the second one? I think so. Yeah.
I think yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But perhaps he's just playing one...
Maybe he only has one. I don't have.
Here,
it.
we have the deck list.
Yeah, but there's still a possibility
It's-
that he just some Norden.
It's just one
without
Norden in
an
the
effect.
deck.
It's
and
just one
go
Norden.
for Feral Imp.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. So technically he can wait for Norden, but on the other hand, if the opponent is smart, he can just summon Norden and just don't activate the effect. And so that's what I would have done in Massimilian's case. You activate Instant Fusion before you even activate Foolish. The opponent might negate, he might not. If he does not negate, you get a level 4, you can summon Trick Clown, you can make Feral Imp, you can attack. And in main phase 2 you can Pendulum. If he negates the Instant Fusion, you can still summon Trick Clown, Foolish, Damage Juggler, and search Hat Tricker, and you have another play right there. So I'm not sure on the order there.
Yeah, that was game 1.
That was game 1, yeah. Pendulum format, guys, everyone. 3 turns maximum.
So have a quick look at Florian's decklist here. What does he gonna side?
So he has Denko Sekka in the side. He's not gonna bring that, I think. Breaker, also don't think he's gonna bring that, unless he knows his opponent is playing some sort of floodgates. Mechanical Hound is very interesting. He's definitely gonna side that because I think that's for Pendulum matchups.
He started with it last time.
Yeah, so Mechanical Hound, for everyone who doesn't know, is I think level 7, 2800 machine.
Spell canceller.
And as long as you have no cards in hand, your opponent cannot use any spell cards. So what you do is you just Pendulum your entire hand.
Just activate. You can still use the Dragon Pit to destroy it if he has it already.
You mean Dragon Pulse?
Dragon Pulse.
Yeah. So just not activate, but still, like, it's a pretty good floodgate. You just Pendulum summon your whole hand and the opponent can't really do anything. What's that card? I can't read it.
That's a Kaiju card. It's basically a Lava Golem for 1 monster.
Oh, okay.
It's probably against the Cosmo matchup.
Cosmo? Why is he afraid of Cosmo? You can't lose with Cosmo.
He plays also Heavy Knight.
What is Heavy Knight of the Flame? Never seen that.
It's a Gemini monster. If you normal summon it again, if you take a special summon monster, it's banished.
Okay.
So also against Cosmo.
I don't agree with that side deck for Cosmo.
And 3 tap.
He can stall with Flash Fire.
Yeah, like the thing is, when
formation.
I'm playing against Cosmo, I'm not afraid of Dark Destroyer. I'm more afraid of just like back row, like Fragrance and stuff. Because as long as you can play, as long as you can like Pendulum summon every turn, they just cannot kill you. You just Flash Fire, Damage Juggler in hand. You just Pendulum spam the field. They just attack your stuff. It just returns. They just cannot win. So I don't think you need like to side like he's siding 5 outs, right?
Have a quick look at the side deck of Massi. What do you
Okay.
think about that?
So he also plays Cyber Dragons for Cosmo, which, as I said, I don't agree. He also has Breaker, he has 2 Lilas, don't think he's gonna bring that. Eccentric, don't think we're gonna see that. The third Wavering is gonna come in. Decree is not gonna come in. Stygian Dirge, what does it do? Reduce everything by 1?
Yeah. So they all live with 3.
Like in general, it's
Only
good against
opponent, right?
it's good against Pendulum. Yeah, it's good against Pendulum. The thing is, just Magicians have the immediate out with. They have the immediate out.
Oh, Raccoon.
Does he play Raccoon?
Yeah, 2 Raccoons and 3 Kirin.
Ah, he plays Raccoon. Okay, to get the Kirin. Okay.
And Kirin is pretty
Yeah,
annoying.
Kirin is very annoying. That's a pretty good card. And he's gonna Pendulum all.
There is the Mechanical Hound, right?
Is that Hound? Yeah, it's
It
Hound.
is
Wow.
again. He started again with a Mechanical Hound.
Hound
oh my
plus
God.
Unicorn.
Yeah, with
Oh my God.
Well, the thing is,
Unicorn
like-
as an out against Castello.
Yeah, but
Direwolf.
if he Unicorns, he has a card in hand. If
yeah,
he
right.
Unicorns, that's not a very good
Okay.
combo. Like if he Unicorns, he has a card in hand. So if yeah,
It's like protecting emptiness with Kango. Yeah.
let me see.
Is there a chance Hound can go up in price?
No,
The-
it's not a short print and it's just common. It
Yeah, I
has no
don't think
rare
so.
ultimate version.
Maybe it's gonna go from 2 cents to 9 or something.
Mechanical Hound.
28.
Yeah, people still ask like the whole time. Yeah, we had the match right with Mechanical Hound.
Well, Eugen lost to it.
No, we talked about it.
Yeah,
Eugen lost to it
Mechanical
in
Hound.
Swiss.
Yeah, I lost to it.
Yeah.
So Massimiliano's just probably looking at his hand, seeing if he does not die next turn. But
Maybe
maybe he will. Like
he's also just don't realizing that if Kirin bounce, that he has cards in hand.
stick and chair would be pretty easy, right? Like you just stick and chair, you just win, right?
It was funny because last time when we saw that, when he had the Mechanical Hound, his opponent, it was the English guy. He just had Psyblocker. side blocker.
Oh, he
mechanical
won?
hound.
He won?
No, no.
Oh.
But he negated. the
In
hound
which
then.
deck did he play side blocker? Magician?
Yeah, just in the pendulum
Oh,
deck.
oh,
Just
Pepe.
You can say
Pepe just-
spell fragrance.
yeah,
mechanical
Pepe just
hound.
does-
Yeah, I see, but like if you're playing Magician, I wouldn't play it because
Just read all cards. That's the Xanxia magician.
yeah, exactly. He just has the pendulum summon to have no cards.
he,
Yeah, of course.
he's throwing them back. You see, he's very, very mad.
Yeah.
What's the effect of the Xanxia magician on the field?
I think nothing really important.
Like boost the mind.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much vanilla, I think. Oh.
Can't do anything. Oh my god.
No, he can do something. His deck list is not like auto lose to the card, because he plays Seraphs, he plays Performages, so he does have like hat record possibilities. And
But now he could misplay it really, really easy.
Massimiliano?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Florian as well. Like if he just bounces something with Kirin, Mechanical Hound is suddenly turned off. Then he might just lose.
Yeah, but
The thing is, like-
bouncing Castell is better than just
No. Like you just let the Castell resolve, and then you still have the Unicorn on the field, because like his plays have to be limited, right? After he summons Castell already, he cannot like it's not possible for him to like completely go off, especially against Unicorn. So I think if he Castells, you just let it go through. Because like if you
How
bounce
much attack
Castell,
does Kirin have?
2000.
Is it a Denko?
But can
No,
No,
it's
it's
just
a
that's
Denko.
Scepter.
A Scepter?
Scepter, but he doesn't have chair, otherwise he would have probably already played it.
Or it's just slow playing.
which of them can only be used for a monster with 3 materials,
The chair, the other guy.
and the stick destroys. Succeeded.
Yeah, but only for 3. I think it's I'm pretty sure.
Jetzt kann Stick schießen, wenn er für 2 Materialien benutzt wird.
Nur wenn er für 3 benutzt wird, ja.
Oder der ist nicht vorhin geschossen. Ist er von der Zero benutzt? Ja, egal.
Hat er wahrscheinlich mit einer Zero was zerstört und damit gerade gezogen.
Nee, der hat auch so.
Mechanical Hound. Yeah, all the people are asking for the effect modes from the far left.
Mechanical Hound, if you have no cards in hand, your opponent cannot activate spell cards. So you just pendulum summon your whole hand and you hope it's game. It's kind of all in, but yeah.
Damage juggler in his hand. That isn't out. Can go in the battle phase.
Yeah, he can just.
discard
So he definitely has an out.
2 attacks.
So now he can just discard damage juggler,
Yeah.
and in main phase 2 he can banish it and
Just
get
take force
hat trick.
first über Bunbuku, so
Yeah.
Bunbuku doesn't go back to his hand.
Yeah. The thing is, like, it all depends on how strong his follow-up play is. Like, he can get rid of the hound.
He has to remove the scales.
He can get rid of the
Florian.
hound, but like, how good is it to get rid of the hound right now? If you can, he decides not to do it. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't look great, and I think I'm not sure if he realized it because yeah. Okay. Draw.
So what was his set
So
card?
now he could technically activate Wavering Eyes because the Hound, he has a card, which I think that's a big weakness of Mechanical Hound. Like, if your opponent has Wavering Eyes, he's just gonna set it and just
Like
still.
needle ceiling against
Yeah,
Infernity.
it's weird. Yeah, same, exactly. Like, you have Infernity, you have the whole board, you draw one card, and then draw phase, needle ceiling, you just lose. Same thing here. But I think I saw the spell, and I think it's Brilliant Fusion. I'm pretty sure it's not Wavering Eyes.
Stick was negated.
No, Stick was not
They
negated.
said stick was negated by Xianke.
What's the effect of Xanxia Magician?
You can choose one exceed monster you control, make it to a level.
Nee, das
Nein, der Monster-Effekt.
The field effect is when during your turn you can choose one light monster your opponent controls and negate
Oh, wow.
the effect.
Wow, it negates light monsters?
Yeah, that's what it said.
Nice, it negates Scepter, okay. Cool. So he's gonna use Dragon Pit to destroy that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brilliant Fusion, useless Brilliant Fusion. Is it game? I don't think so, right? He only has Bunbuku in the extra? Right? Only?
He top deck Bunbuku.
It doesn't matter, any pendulum.
Oh yeah, he special summons in there.
So I think he's gonna search
Another
Unicore and just tribute summon.
Yeah, he can only search Unica.
Yeah, it's the only
Plays
target.
2
Yeah, yeah.
Bunbuku and 3 Unica.
So his deck is pretty much like heavy anti-meta, right? You just summon those stuff that just negates shit.
Can he use more per turn if he has more?
we need it much quicker.
Okay, so Unicorn is only once per turn, so he cannot use both. But I guess like the thing is like he summons Bunbuku and he cannot keep the Unicorn in hand. He has to summon it because of the Hound. So
The tribute sum. It's if a monster has more than 4 levels, you have to tribute the monster. Good old times.
yeah, haven't seen that in a while.
But we'll see it in the God Control finals
I guess.
in a few minutes.
So Massimiliano survives,
first.
and the Juggler is gonna come down. And I mean that Juggler can still get Hat Tricker to out the Hound, but we will see what his follow-up play is. Like, he's not out of the game yet.
But he's far behind. He lost the
He
first
is
game.
very far behind.
Nice.
It's kind of funny, right? That Chianke's Magician's effect is usually so irrelevant, but against Scepter it's suddenly super good.
That wombo combo.
Like normally in normal Pendulum matchups, I think you never use it. Maybe for a Mirror Conductor. I mean, you never really summon it anyways, but like, it's kind of funny.
Yeah, but they're right, like 3-turn duels all the time.
Yeah, it's like Pendulum format is nuts. I don't really like it. Like the decks are like normally I don't think it's bad for a game if the decks are too broken. Because like formats like Dragon Rulers or like Necros full power, they were still pretty good. But the thing is Pendulum doesn't have these mechanics to balance the mirror matches. Like Necros of Valkyros was a very fair card in the mirror match because it prevented just everyone dying every time. And like Pendulum doesn't have that. You open bad, you just die. There's no Valkyries. No Scarecrow. Nothing.
Shuffle harder, maybe you'll find something.
I mean, you might as well try, right? It's finals, like, don't just scoop.
Never surrender.
Never
I
lucky.
mean, he only needs a level 4 monster.
He has a level 4 monster, it's Pendulum, of course.
Well met.
Greetings, traveler. That's what he did first turn, like, just scale, Pendulum, summon the whole hand. Greetings, friend.
Yeah, I told Eugen already.
Moobot to a mama.
I told Eugen already, just grab a book or do something while you're waiting for the end of the turn of your
It's the
opponent.
second place finisher from Rimini, right?
Who?
Massimiliano.
Is he?
I think so.
We can ask the Twitch chat.
Twitch chat, I think he is, right? Or at least top 4.
You will ask. We have 15 seconds delay.
I know he
so-
topped Rimini. I think he was in the finals. So
So
that
he
would mean
will-
he loses 2 finals in a row. Nice.
The next Supini.
That must be nice.
salty.
Yeah, but he can't do anything. Like as you can see, if his hand is not really broken, he's just gonna get.
Now he's
floodgated.
taking his whole deck in his hand to just
That's
find
why
an answer.
yeah.
There is no
Andrea
answer.
Zanotti was in the finals, ever
Yeah.
says.
Right? Okay. Okay.
So
Yeah, I mean,
that was very, very sad, but yeah.
that's just what Magicians, the Apex deck does. It's like,
Well, there was not even a handshake, right?
Yeah, there was,
there
yeah,
was
there
handshake,
was?
yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
there was like
Yeah, salty handshake.
it was a quick game.
yeah, I
Centric
mean,
Archfiend also an out to Mechanical Hound.
yeah, I mean, people are always trying to find these floodgate possibilities in every format. Ever since like 1 or 2 years, people are always trying to win the game with one card. I don't know why. Okay,
The Moobot strikes again.
the Moobot.
Yeah.
Moobot.
Oh yeah.
Job done.
Oh god. What do you think about the final?
It was pretty boring, right? Like, I don't like the Apex deck. It's so boring to watch, right? But I guess it's strong if you.
No.
I mean, if you always open like that, it's pretty good.
Like the Hound. He always had the Hound first turn.
It's not only the Hound. Like Unicorn is also very, very annoying for a Pendulum to deal with. Because you cannot out it. Like this cannot be destroyed, cannot be targeted. It's like the card is so good.
So yeah. It's over.
It's over. Congratulations, Florian.
Yep.
He's gonna get a flight to the US
And
ARG finals.
his
He's gonna be there.
390 euros voucher from TCG market.
And that, the pluses are real.
yeah.
Also, congrats to Massimiliano.
Yeah, for a good second place. He couldn't do anything in the finals, obviously, you all saw. There was no chance.
You feel very bad because you know, okay, the deck is alright, but there was just nothing you can do. Yeah, like
It's
look
the
at
same thing,
yeah.
like losing to Mistake, last format, everything.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It just happens. That's
So
what it
yeah,
is.
he's the winner of the Major Tour Star of Lille, Florian Ginevra.
Yeah.
Okay,
This
so what
is-
do we see now?
Now we're going for the
crossband list.
crossband this final.
The next one is
And
cross
road
band.
control. After that,
No, like the third place, but yeah.
Ah, the third place.
Stay tuned for the crossband list final, and it is Spellbooks
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 against
versus
Necros.
Necro.
Yes.
So